Hello friends, this is Vishakha Daga coming up with next round of News Simplified. Now, air pollution is rising in Delhi to the extent that Supreme Court few years ago called Delhi as a gas chamber of India, after which Government of India and central government, state government took several steps. But even then, the air pollution is rising in Delhi only. So in this video, we will discuss this kind of scenario where air pollution has become worst and what are the reasons behind it, what are the steps that can be taken. We'll also discuss the steps that are already taken by the government that include red light, Gadi off campaign, which was actually brought by the state government. So let's move ahead and discuss this one by one. But before that, I'm asking you a very different type of question in this video. Try to answer it because this is not a PT kind of question, but a mains kind of. So you just have to try to tackle this question in a more structured manner where the content of this video can be very helpful to you. So let's just first discuss the question. India loses socially and economically every year due to rising air pollution. How much do you agree with the existing policies of the government to tackle the concern? And what, in your opinion, could be done for the sustainable development in the future? So here you have actually 3 or 4 parts in the question which need to be addressed. The content of the video will be helpful to you. But before actually seeing the video, why not you just sit for a moment and actually think what is the answer that is coming into your mind? If that is done, let's move ahead and discuss the video. Now, in this, we are talking about air pollution in Delhi because this air pollution is rising and it has fallen into a severe category. To the extent that Delhi they become the most polluted city in the country after Zind, which is actually city in Haryana, and after Manesar, whose actually parameter level is 428 and 410. What is this? I have already discussed in the National Air Quality Index video, which I have made already. You can just go and watch it. So you'll be able to understand what 428 and 410 means in there. Overall, understanding as such that Delhi is the 3rd most polluted city in the country. Overall, to such a level that Central Pollution Control Board says that particulate matter 2.5 has become 3 times the permissible level. So whatever threshold value that is being said that pollution should not exceed this value, this wall beyond which the health of the people deteriorate, see, it has exceeded 3 times. So which is a matter of concern for us. Now this is the state of air pollution in India. So if you have to write the first part, I'll discuss that later. If you have to write the first part of the question, then these are the facts by which you can substantiate that air pollution is rising in Delhi. Now let's understand the reasons in here. What are the reasons because of which the air pollution is rising? Then you can actually simply categorize them into the anthropological reason, that is the man-made, and the natural reason, which are mostly meteorological. So first of all, understanding why the air pollution is rising in Delhi, its major concern is because of human being, which can be actually categorized again in 2 categories, that is occasional and then permanent actually polluting activities of the human being. The occasional activities include stubble burning, which happened around September, October in the parts of the UP, Punjab, etc. Because of which the pollution comes to Delhi from Punjab, UP, etc. from Punjab and Haryana. So number 1, the occasional problem is stubble burning. Also Diwali. Diwali become an occasion that because of the firecrackers and etc., the pollution level rises in Delhi. Again, the permanent reason are the pollution from the traffic, industrial emission, and then power, the dust from the construction debris, etc. Overall, your power, like NTPC releases huge amount of pollutant from their chimney. So this is another pollutant that actually human being see on a daily life basis. Otherwise, the other plant can also be there. Like there is an waste to energy plant in Okhla, which is also responsible for huge air pollution in the Okhla part. So some are occasional conditions created, some are permanent condition. And the situation is exacerbated by the natural condition. Now, if this is your city in which a good amount of pollutant is being created, now what naturally happen is, in normal circumstances, if air comes in here, it will take pollutants with it. Air, these are the pollutant. Air comes with it and pollutants are taken away with the air. Cause of which the pollutant dissipate and impact become lesser. Your impact reduces. But what happened during winter is the wind speed reduces to a great level. Wind speed becomes come down to such a level that air instead actually revolve in this dust dome only. So air is actually circulating here only, and the pollutants are trapped in a part of a city. The pollutants are trapped in a part of city. They are not being taken away by the wind. That means they are not circulated or recycled. So recycling is not taking place. Instead, pollutants are actually circulating in a small pollution dome. So the problem is the calm wind. Second is, once the dome is being created, now the more pollutants are coming into this dome because of the westerly direction of the wind. Now here is Delhi. Here, the Delhi has become the hotspot of pollution. Now, because of western direction, the westerly direction of the wind, the more wind come from the Punjab and Haryana. And remember, in Punjab and Haryana, stubble burning takes place around September and October. So these are the prime reason because of which the air pollution rises in Delhi. Is number one is the anthropogenic condition, which are exacerbated by the natural condition that include calm wind and then westerly direction of the wind. Again, some heat domes, some storms are there, which also create a very amiable condition for the pollution to rise. Now, after understanding the reason, we need to understand what is the impact of this air pollution. Overall, economically, this air pollution causes nearly $150 billion loss to the country, which is also actually also lead to the 5.4% of the GDP loss to the country. This was economic impact. Now, if we see the social impact, according to state level disease burden, 1 out of 8 death in India happens due to air pollution. To such an extent, the WHO says, if overall a world loses 7 million people due to air pollution, then India loses 1.24 million people. Of 7 million people, 1.24 million people die in India alone due to air pollution, making India the second most impacted country due to air pollution. So this is a dire situation which is actually caused by air pollution. Now, as I said, the measurement is there, and this is measured with the help of National Air Quality Index and National Air Quality Standards. National Air Quality Index uses the 8 indicators which I've discussed in the video. So you need to go and see the video where the National Air Quality Index and National Air Quality Standards are very clear to them. So these are which is being used, that NAQI is being used, and SAFAR was also used to measure the pollution level in the country. Now let's move ahead and understand what could be done in order to prevent the air pollution in the country. Now, the solution to you, if a fire breaks out in a house, the two kinds of solution are taken. Number one is short term, and the second is long term. Short term means shutting down the fire for that moment so that it does not become severe. So the first incidence is shut down the fire, which is actually a patchwork for a moment. But the long-term solution means preventing the fire to happening again and again. And this is where a work need to be done. Because every year, the administration or the people are taking action which are normally short-term only. That means this year pollution is high, let's prevent the pollution this year. But we have to come up with a policy because of which the situation does not exacerbate to such a level. We have to prevent the air pollution. Our preventive has to be the main strategy. We have to actually work on that. So here, short-term strategy should be there, long-term should be there. On short-term policy could be like odd even, where which was brought by the Delhi government, where the vehicles with the odd number of plate was running on one day and even number of plates were running on the second day, because of which the lesser number of vehicles were on the road, which actually reduced the public pollution and promoting the public transportation. So in a way, they were promoting the public transportation in a country. Otherwise, other schemes are also there, we'll discuss later. So the first part is short term, that is policy level, that also includes shutting down the school and work if situation reaches to severe level, which may impact the health of the people. So for that amount of time, you can shut down actually schools and home for that short period of amount of time. Second is shut down the construction activities around the household, around industrial place. So this can be done. So, but these are short-term activities. Also for the people, they can work from home can be promoted. They don't have to go to the office, especially after pandemic. One thing was clear, the work can continue even the people are working from home. So this is a one lesson that we can derive at home. So work from home could be a policy, that actually activities which can be used by the people also. Now, long term. So these are some short term solution, but long term solutions required coming up with the pollution, actually a policy, a holistic policy which prevent the air pollution. So that include like the action plan, national action plans against pollution, in which the government of India is trying to reduce the air pollution in the major cities by 20% by 2024. And for this, many holistic steps are being taken, like the bringing the behavioral change in the people, promoting the public transportation, and then increasing the green cover in the country. So overall, a holistic steps are being taken. Urban planning need to be taken care of. Urban planning is as such that public transportation is there, more parks are being promoted. So in such kind of a level, policy steps can be taken place, because of which a long-term planning that prevents the air pollution in the city can be on agenda, can be actually integrated part of the planning. So these are the steps that can be taken. Next is behavioral changes that can be brought. Because whatever you're doing, any good pollution, any good policy or laws you bring, they will be futile if the people are not implementing it. So if state is coming with any initiative, it needs to take citizen on board, because ultimately it is a citizen which will actually make the policy successful. That's why behavioral changes should be inherent part of the long-term pollution population addressing solution. So you have to work on bringing the behavioral changes in the people. That include promoting the responsible consumption. Like if you're leaving home, you can actually shut down your fan, your AC, etc., so that power consumption is less and lesser amount of pollution is being released from NTPC. So these kind of behavioral changes, or using public transportation instead of using your private vehicle. So there's some behaviors like that actually bring a more easy solution or long-term sustainable solution to the problem of air pollution in the city. And that's why if you're writing an answer like that, just actually you can make the figure like this so that it is more clear to the examiner that you have thought it in a more strategic manner. Now let's move ahead and understand the next part, that is government steps that are taken so far. So earlier part was suggestion. Now let's understand what are the steps that the government has taken place. The government has actually worked on the pollution level, the policy level, then executive level, and then also worked on the civic engagement part, that is behavioral level. On the policy level, your state government came up with graded response action plan, in which it actually sees the air quality in the country, it sees the standard it has reached, and based on the standard, different policy executive actions are being taking place. Like per se, if it is somewhere manageable level, then it works on the level where preventing air pollution certain level, it engages in awareness program, right? But if it crosses some threshold level, now at this level, what government does is it actually engages in emergency plan, like shutting off school or places like your workplace, and otherwise actually shutting any activities by which the pollution can be cut down, like shutting down NTPC as well. So these are activities, these are actually certain steps taken by the Delhi government when air pollution rises. Along with that, even central government has come up with a holistic policy that I have discussed already, that is action plans against pollution. Again, at the executive level, government come up with steps like shutting down NTPC, office restriction, targeting hotspot. Like some places are more vulnerable, as is visible in this map itself, like in Delhi, Jahangirpuri, or even Gurgaon, or Noida. So these are some cities which are more vulnerable. What government does is, it targets the city in order to actually reduce the pollution, reaching beyond some hazardous level. So it actually acts on the hotspot as well. Now, as I said, long-term strategy includes actually bringing the behavioral change in the people itself. So civic engagement is also part of the government step, and for which it is coming with campaigns like Red Light On, Gadi Off campaign, in which the moment you actually, the name itself suggests, when you reach a traffic light, you are supposed to actually you actually shut down your vehicle so that the vehicle is not consuming extra petrol or diesel in that moment. A lot of diesel and petrol can be saved, and in that process air pollution can be cut down. So some steps like that, red light on, Gadi off, can be taken in order to reduce the air pollution in Delhi. Along with that, even the government of India has talked about changes in the lifestyle of people, which is more sustainable. Like at COP26, which recently took place in Glasgow, we talked about one life, one world, in which we are talking about lifestyle for environment today. Environment today is actually as such that the pollution of different kind is rising, that include air pollution. So this means we need to bring change in our lifestyle, in which we're reducing air pollution instead of raising it. So these are certain steps you can actually write when you're writing in your answer that how air pollution can be cut down. So these are the steps that are taken by the government. These are the suggestions that are being taken place. So in this video we discuss, first of all, the state of air pollution in the country. Then we later on discuss the other part, that is the reasons behind it. Then we discuss what are the steps that can be taken and the steps that are taken by the government. Now with this amount of information, you can actually answer the question that I asked in the beginning of the video itself, that India loses socially and economically every year due to rising air pollution. To actually address this first part, you are supposed to give the data. In fact, I talked in the video that our WHO saying the amount of death that are taking place, and 5.4% of GDP loss India faces. These are socio-economic losses. Then you address the second part, that what are the existing policy of the government, in which you can write about NCAP, GRAP, etc. That means the government step that we talked in the video. And then in your opinion, you have to write what are the other steps that can be taken, in which we have discussed in detail. Now, this was understanding air pollution in the country. If this video was very informative to you, then you like and subscribe the video. If not, then put your doubts in the comment section. Thank you so much.
Current Affairs by Forum IAS is an all-in-one program that covers the dynamic aspect of the syllabus from both prelims and mains perspective. Last year, we have helped more than 100 students crack IAS with our current affairs classes.